What is up, guys? So I'm trying to do a good video on how to get you guys started on creating your own bot. Now, I created a video and it was the automated trading, how to get started. And it wasn't a great example of how to get started. So I'm going to fix that. I'm going to right that wrong by telling you guys a proper explanation and overview of how to get started creating your own trading bot. So, number one, we're going to come up with a strategy. Number two, we're going to create a bot with Claude. That's my preferred AI vibe coding tool that helps me create my bots. I've had the best results with it. I've tried Gemini, I've tried ChatGPT, I've tried all the versions, the paid versions, the free versions. Sometimes I'll come back and go to Grok to maybe fix some bug or get a second opinion, but Claude is always my go-to. So take that for what it's worth here. Let's come up with a strategy. Now, I've been thinking of a strategy lately regarding where FEGs actually work. So let me give you an example. So here's an example possibly of an FEG that works. Let's just take NQ. I just feel like most bots work well with NQ. So I'm just going to vibe code a bot that goes off of like an FEG that actually is um, holding the FEG area. And this is just going to be a quick example. So one thing I've noticed is that, and this might not be an FEG that I'm interested in, but one thing I've noticed that when we have an FEG, if it's supporting candle bodies, then if you have a liquidity in it, for example, this could be potentially the low. This is the first candle that held within the FEG candle body. Potentially, you could buy that liquidity. So in this case, it might be like, let me get a little thing here. Maybe it's like buy here. We could potentially have a bot buy there, have a certain distance, stop loss, maybe based on this candle size, and then have a trailing stop. And then today would have been a good day for that idea. Now, that might not even be the best example because right now what you have is candles going outside of that candle body range. Maybe that's not what we're interested in. Now, I feel like I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's just keep going over the list of what we're going to go over in this video. So we're going to create a bot with Claude. We're going to show how to debug and update that bot and add features and add features. We're going to show how to use backtest features in Ninja Trader V8. And we're going to show how to use the strategy optimizer in Ninja. Show how to use the market replay feature in Ninja. Find out if the bot is profitable, because at the end of the day, this is actually a great way to backtest to see, hey, this is a strategy I use day in and day out. Is it profitable? So let's just come up with this. So what would be this strategy, for example? Let's kind of backtest this a little bit and see what we get. So I am going to focus on FEGs. I'm going to work on FEGs that work. Potentially this could be an example. There's an FEG that the first candle body, maybe a variable could be, or a needed piece of the puzzle would be like, hey, we tested the FEG, candle body closed outside of the FEG, then we take that liquidity. In this case, it would be a break-even trade by the end of the day. Let's keep going back here. Let's just look at this example. So here's a bearish FEG that ended up working. Okay, it tested it here. It created potentially a liquidity. This is kind of my focus, like create liquidity, take it, and then move away from it. We take it, we move away from it. Okay, this might be a good example. It didn't fill in the entire FBG. I like that. Potentially we could trail this stop. Um, Potentially we could use two different time frames on this bot strategy. So this is automated trading, right? So it's kind of nice, like, we as traders flipping between time frames, deciding position size, like these are things the bot can create. So here's the first test in the FPG. We could say maybe we want to wait or allow for a certain amount of candles. This went 42 candles before it went back in. It took the liquidity. Potentially, we could have a stop loss of, who knows, 1 to 1. Okay. Potentially, we could have a stop loss here. Initially, that trails. What could we trail? Let's throw the EMA. Let's do just a basic EMA. Ooh, what is that? Oh, that's my script. Okay. Let's get rid of that. I don't really want a strategy right now. I want an indicator. EMA. I just want basic EMA. Yeah. Moving average exponential. So potentially we could do a, oh no, what is this EMA? That's the 9 EMA? We could do that. We could say, we'll trail a stop with the 9 EMA with a 1 ATR. So, I mean, would that end up being the 8 EMA? Let's see what that looks like. Okay, cool. That could work. All right, so let's kind of write down our rules here. So we're coming up with a trading strategy. Find an FBG of a certain size. Remember that FBG in history, if price comes in and candle body closes outside of FBG, remember that FBG have the initial stop loss equal to the FBG high. We could do that. FBG high. And then once we're in profit at a 1-1, start trailing the 18 EMA. Cool. All right, now another key thing is you want to name this. Let's see. Let's say FEG continuation. We'll say FEG working bot. Okay, FEG working bot. So that means the FEG is holding what it should be holding, and it's a bot. That's our strategy or our automated trading bot. Create the bot with Claude. Okay, so let's move over to Claude. All right, so I'm just going to feed it exactly this. This is how easy it is. So I'd like to come up with a trading strategy for Ninja Trader. Please find an FEG of a certain size, default to 40 ticks, but allow the user to adjust that setting. Remember, all FEGs in history on over the last 5 days after the FPG is 5 days old, or if the FPG doesn't meet the criteria at point, then we should remove the FPG from the memory. Please highlight the FPG if it's a bearish FPG, have a soft red highlight that extends to the right. If it's bullish, highlight with soft green. For the FPGs that we remember, if a candle in the future comes into it and closes outside of the FPG and doesn't have a wick that extends for the full height, full, I don't know what the best way to say that is, of the FPG, then it is still valid. We need to mark out the top of that handle wick that tested the FPG, mark with a black small thin line. This will be used later if we get a liquidity sweep. For the FPG size, only remember between candle 1 low and candle 3 high for bearish Ps, and candle 1 high and 3 low for bullish Ps. That should be the area to highlight. Okay, so let's just start with that. Maybe I won't. For FEGs, so we're just going to mark it for now. That we remember if a candle in the future comes into it and closes. Let me just see if this sounds right. Closes outside of the FEG and doesn't have a wick that extends for the full height of the FEG, then it is still valid. We need to mark out the top of that candle wick that tests the FEG. We won't take any trades for now. We're just interested in highlighting these FPGs. The FPG, if price tests to the limits of the FPG area, please forget the FPG as it won't be valid anymore. And if mean price does a candle body closure inside of the FPG, that as well will not be valid. And I'm not even sure if that's a good part of the strategy with candle body, because I'm sure a lot of FEGs get tested and have candle body closures, but maybe it's better if it just wicks in it. So we'll just keep that for now. And we should forget that F2. Okay, so let's see how this goes. I think we wrote it correctly. So the FUGs, candle body, we don't want to take trades yet. Candle 1, candle 3 high. If price comes in. Okay, and I think this last part we can remove that. We'll do that later. We'll just highlight and keep in memory for now. We'll deal with trade entry later. All right, let's see. So it usually doesn't take that long, especially when it's just starting out. Have an idea. It should be a very short file. So the software we're using is NinjaTrader. So that is right here. In NinjaTrader, you can connect different prop firms like Apex, AlphaTrader, Funded Next, Tradeify, so many others. I've done some trading competitions with it. So I use it primarily. So it connects a lot of different prop firms. Just doesn't connect to Project X. So hopefully they can add that later. But if you do want to trade to Project X, what you would do is just use some type of trade copier, like Trade Copia, or I don't know. But I'm sure there are some trade copiers that will copy trade from, say, like your Apex Trade of 8 to Top Step. And I haven't tried them yet, but it looks like the solution is out there. Okay, so it's still creating it. When you see this stop symbol down here, it's not done yet. So we'll just let it go. I'm trying to bring up my arrow highlighter, but I guess it's not working. So it's still running. So let's give it some time. Okay, it's creating the NinjaTrader fair value gaps. Okay, cool. So basically it's all done. I mean, I'm not even, you could read it to see if it's understanding you correctly, and maybe we should do that. So what we're going to do here is we're going to open up NinjaTrader's editor. You would click New and click NinjaTrader Editor. Okay. You're going to want to create a strategy. And I'm going to have this strategy uploaded to for free so you can get it online. I'm going to have the link in the description. So no need to like follow along, and do this. But, do exactly this with your own trade strategy ideas. Okay, so basically I created a new custom strategy. I'm going to save it. All I did was copy and paste from Claude. I'm pressing F5 to compile. If there's no errors, it's going to be done. Okay, so there are errors, and that's okay. So what we're going to do is go back to Claude. Here we go. We're going to say, I got these errors. Okay. And then Claude feels bad and then tells you how to fix it and apologizes profusely. And then you just copy and paste and try it again. So now he's groveling. He's so sad that he made a mistake. He feels bad. He wants to shut himself down, but he's going to give us what we want first. I'm waiting, Claude. Come on, hurry up. Okay, so whatever that's saying, I don't know. So you click the file, you click copy, you come back here, you paste it again, press F5, and you get mad at Claude again if there's more errors. But let's see. Okay, no errors. All right, so now, okay, let me show you how to do this. So what you want to do is we first would want to get into market replay. And to do market replay, what you're going to do is click tools, and you're going to click historical data, and you're going to want to download historical data. So we're going to download for today and click download. I already have a bunch of days downloaded. You can see what days you have downloaded if you click on the left and click market replay and open it up. So I have the NQ market replay for basically most of the days back to September. Okay. So then what you're going to do is you're going to disconnect from your active live connections, and then you're going to connect to what's called playback. Okay. And then it's going to open up a chart for you, hopefully. Okay, I have a very ugly looking chart. So let me fix this. 1 second. My chart's just too ugly, so I closed my normal chart. Cool. All right, so this is a better chart. Let's remove some indicators that I have on. Remove. I like bar timer indicator, so I'm gonna keep that. Okay, so now we want to add a strategy. So you right click, you say strategy. Oh, you know what? Let's name our strategy. So we got this strategy here. And what did we say we wanted to call it? FEG working bot, right? So FEG working bot. So we're going to name it FEG working bot. Let's get this to the side. You got to close it. And then over here, you right click, hit rename FEG working bot v1. Cool. So this file is going to be available for you guys to just look at my description and there's going to be a link to it. Okay. FEG v1. Okay. And it's going to have a name. It's going to be called FEG tracker in the strategy list. So let's go look that up. Right click. And I'd say let's go on the 15-minute time frame. Cool. Strategies. It's called FEG tracker. Where is it? Okay. I'm not sure why it's not there. All right, let's cancel that. Let's go see. Yeah, I mean, the name is FEG tracker. What else is it called? FEG tracker. Oh, it's an indicator. Okay, that's wrong. All right, so let's tell Claude how he messed up. So we come back to Claude here. I wanted a strategy and not a indicator. Please. I won't do an exclamation point. That's a little passive aggressive. So it's trying to make an indicator. So we'll fix that. Okay, so we got our strategy. We'll copy and paste it and make sure it's done here. Yeah, I think it's done. Okay, this one is a strategy. That's good. I've never seen it do that before. Because in the initial description, I told it to do a strategy, so I've never seen it make that mistake before. All right, so we go strategies, FEG tracker strategy, add. Let's just see how it works here. Entries per direction 1, cool, enabled, cool. FEG min size, days from error 5. Okay, cool. Those are variables. I like that. All right, so let's just, oh, no, let's not do that. So now, if you have enough days to replay, which I do, we're going to go back from December 15th and just kind of visually check how this works out and if we need to do some debugging. Okay, so yeah, we're on the 15-minute chart. I like that. So it's going to look for and highlight. Now, one thing you might want as well is the output. So when you're debugging this, you might need to look at the Ninja script output. And potentially this will give you some debug information or error message information if you need to send that to Claude to figure out why something didn't work or why something got broken. So, I mean, at this example, I would say that is a 15-minute, that is a big enough FEG on the 15-minute. I do not see it highlighting. Okay, so I'm going to just debug with Claude and tell it that. So what I'll do is send a screenshot. Here we go. Running on the 15-minute and see some valid RPGs, but don't see them. Let's see, highlighting. So in this case, I'll send a screenshot and I would like to send the output. And I don't like to give all the output because it can be quite a lot. And a lot of these chat bots don't want that much text. Here is some recent output. So the newest lines are on the bottom. So just grab like the last few lines. So we gave a screenshot, we gave some output, and we noticed that, it's not highlighting. And this is probably big enough. So if I use my ruler tool, this is 66 points. So yeah, that's big enough. We only wanted like 40 ticks or something like that. So it's reviewing. I don't know what it's thinking. Body closes inside the FEG. I might have other strategies running, so I don't know if it's really coming from that or not. I might get confused. I think the main thing is that I don't see any highlights, so I'd like to see some highlights. Okay, so it says the parameter would make the box invisible, so that's why we don't see it. Cool. So it should be ready now. I'll click it, click copy. Let's get back to our editor. Here we go. Copy paste, F5. And then once you update your bot, what you want to do is press F5 on your chart. Okay, cool. Now they're highlighted. All right, great. So now let's keep watching. Let's see if the black line shows up on any of these. I mean, right now I only see bearish FEGs because I guess those are the only ones untested because it's been so bearish. Let's see if it gives us a bullish FEG. It's going to remember it for 5 days. So let's see. We want to see it either test inside of these FEGs or, I mean, could this have been? No, it body closed above. That body closed. This didn't body close above. Oh, it body closed within. So that invalidated that. That's okay. Okay, so now it does have a bullish FEG. I like that. So we know both sides are working. We haven't seen any. Oh, yeah, this is valid. So this potentially should be. Okay, I'll pause it. All right, so let's just see here. Gotta get it back to the Claude. All right, we'll move that. Is it putting the black line above the candle high, which wicked into the FEG, or not yet? Can we add that black line and remember it as a liquidity target? Okay, so again, it said it drew the line invisible with like a 0 opacity or something like that. So it wants to make it, but it's invisible. So now what I'll do is, I think what we'll do is we will, let's allow it to wick and then close and then buy the close. That might be the best move. Okay, let's see if this works now. All right, so got new code. Ooh, it seemed like the same amount of lines. So I mean, maybe that's accurate. Should be, because it's just, maybe it's one extra line. All right, so now let's press F5. Remove this. Okay, I'll rewind it to 7 a.m. Okay, 6 a.m. That's good enough. We'll press play. We'll see it test in here. I think I pressed F5. So F5 refreshes it. I guess I gotta go a little faster. Hasn't touched it yet. Okay, there it touches it. Yes, it has the black line. Okay, cool. So now let's work on entries. Okay, great. That black line should be treated as a test for entry. What we want on bearish candles, we want to wick above that line and close again outside of the FEG, and then we will sell the close one contract with a stop loss 3 ticks above the new candle high, which validated our entry. Then we want to trail the stop at the 18 EMA. Can we include the 18 EMA on the chart as well. Okay, so I kind of explained it in a way that it's just bearish FEGs because that's, I guess, what I had in my mind. But it's pretty smart to understand that it's got to do both sides of the trade. You can explain it explicitly here, and that is a better way to do it because maybe it will forget to do the other side if you don't explain it. And it is referring to just bearish FEGs, but maybe in this more explanation, it will start talking about bullish FEGs. We'll see. If it doesn't talk about bullish FEGs, then I will give it a follow up message saying, let's make sure we do bullish FEGs too. But it seems pretty much like our bot is almost done. And I'll show you guys how to live run a bot. So almost there. Cool. All right, entry draw logic. Again, it's talking about bearish FPGs. Really stop. Okay. Okay, and notice we didn't talk about bullish FPGs, but can we make sure the logic is in there for bullish FPGs too? Also, if this new candle wick that takes out the liquidity, if it goes the extent of the FPG area, that is okay. It just needs to close outside of the FPG area below for a bearish FPG and above for a bullish. Does that make sense? Cool. So basically it won't enter if the candle for that new candle takes out liquidity and then closes inside the FPG. It will basically say, okay, well, now this is no longer valid. And then you won't enter. That's the beauty of a bot. Like you can even let it calculate position sizing. I mean, that's just like so convenient. If it detects you have a 25 tick stop loss and you want to risk 0.5% of your account, like it does it for you. It's so good because it'll just calculate it within milliseconds, right? All right, so it's adding the bullish FEG logic. It's still running because it has this stop sign here. Cool, it's still running. Still running. Okay, it's done running. So let's just trust it did it well. So now it's only 600 lines of code. I've got bots that are like 4,000 lines of code. Okay, so I had an issue. So I just say got this error and then copy and paste the error, and then it'll figure it out. It's just that simple. Okay, done. Copy. F5. No errors. It's ready to roll. Okay, where's my chart? Okay, literally, where's my chart? Okay, here it is. Here's my chart. F5. Cool. All right, so it has our 18 EMA. Let's press play. Oh, let's just make sure the strategy is still good here. We might have to enable trading. I think it's actually already enabled. So we already pressed F5. We're going to click play. Hopefully it'll take its first trade here. Yeah. Okay. So try to take its first trade. It got an error. That's okay. Let's pause it. I'll go back to Claude. Okay. It tried to take its, let's minimize this, first trade, and it got this error message as it attempted. So what is that error message? Buy to cover, stop, market 2538725. All right. Let's see if price was even close to that. 253. Yeah, it's fine. That should be the closing price. I like that. So I'm going to include the chart too. It really shouldn't be an error. Not sure why it had that error since that price was way above at the time. Here is the recent output. Cool. So let's get the recent output. It'll get more information on the error message and basically what trade it found. We're getting there. 40 minutes. We almost have a bot that trades ICT FEGs that are actually seeming to work at the time they come up. So it's still running. I'm on the other screen here, just trying to make a cover photo for this YouTube. Let's see. How do I change the color? Cool. It's done running. I like it. All right, so let's just copy and paste, and we'll just try that out again. So it added basically one line. It didn't. I'm not sure. I didn't read the explanation of how it fixed it. But let's just go back because it's just that good. Honestly, you don't have to babysit it too much. Let's see. Okay, so it looks like the strategy is disabled since our lines aren't showing up. I'll rewind just a little bit. Let's go back to strategies. We right click, go to strategies. It is disabled, so we click enable. We hit apply. Okay, cool. It's enabled. All right, we hit play again. Come on, hit play. All right. Yep, it's running. Good. I'm gonna slow it down a little bit. Okay, it's getting there. All right, wicked in. Let's get our liquidity. Got our liquidity. Yeah, it went short. Ooh, stop filled. All right, stop filled. Now, how could we? I mean, we're profitable by, I guess, a few pennies. So let's say, let's first trail our stop once we maybe close under. We'll say we close under the 18 EMA. We give it a little time. Let's say we have, well, we did close here. So let's say we have 4 candle closes under the 18 EMA, and then we start trailing. So let's add that. Let's add this. Let's not update our stop loss until we get 4 candle closures under the 18 EMA. I mean, what do we do here? Let's just say two. Let's say 2 candle closures. Let's keep it tight under the 18 EMA. Oh, let's edit that. I want to say the bullish side too. Let's do this. For bearish side, let's wait for at least 2 candle closures below the 18 EMA before we start trailing. And for the bullish side, flip that logic. Cool. It's that simple. You don't have to detail out everything. It's working on it. Let's go ahead and position ourselves back to catch that move again for a test. We're good. Let's enable it. It's disabled because I know the ATMA is not showing. So I right click, I say enable. Cool. So it's ready to roll. Let's minimize again. It's still running. All right, it's done. So we copy, paste. Ooh, that's a bad number, 666. I don't like that. So let's make this strategy a little bit longer. Let's get it in the 700s. Cool. All right, we press play. We see how it goes. I mean, that was a profitable trade by a few ticks, but I don't know. Let's give it a few more ticks. We'll give it some breathing room. Okay, we got it. We closed outside. We shorted. Okay, we got 1, 2, boom. Okay, we're good. We got a few ticks. I like it. Oop. So I guess it was trying to short again. Okay, so let's add one more layer to this. I'll pause it. Okay. Got this error when it was trying to enter for a second triggered. I mean, hey, if it's still valid, maybe we should allow it to re-enter. So I'm not going to limit that. I got this error when I was trying to enter for a second triggered entry. Boom. Here, because I mean, liquidity can grab more than once, right? That's fine. So here is some recent output. And then we'll kind of, once we get this, we're going to go into how to do the back testing over a larger period of time. So basically, I like market replay for debugging. Once you get it working, you're going to want to do the back test and the optimizer in NinjaTrader to really update your strategy to see what settings work right. So it's fixing both. Okay, cool. I'm gonna remind it that it's okay for a second and third entry as long as we're flat at the time. So I would like to make sure it's not gonna invalidate that FEG for the next entry once it's done. I don't want to stop it in the middle, or else it'll waste this and it'll get rid of my message. Oh, okay. So it made this stop invalid. Okay, cool. No problem. Okay, it's done. Click it, copy it, paste it. Oh yeah, it's off of the 666. I like that. Cool. Come here. Let's re-enable it. Apply, press F5. Okay, cool. Now I'm going to remind it. Um, so I'm just double checking that the current code is okay with that scenario, like a second valid entry. Ooh, and our second entry. Also, our second entry should remember the highest liquidity level and not the first. Is that okay? So if we're getting into multiple entries, find the highest liquidity to sweep of the candles which tested inside the FEG. And nah, whatever. I'm gonna let it be. All right, so I'm gonna keep it as is. I don't want to get too complicated. Let's rewind a little bit. Back to like 8 a.m., 7 a.m. Okay, 8:30 is good. Okay, we're enabled. We press play. Cool. Shorted. Let's just see if we don't get our error. That's our main thing. We want to get past our error. It's not doing the second entry. Okay, so now it's invalid. Okay, so I like that. We'll keep that as is. Now we need to make sure it allows for historical trades. Can we add a user setting to enable historical trades in case the user is going to use the NT back test feature? Okay, so what this is going to do is give us a check mark in our strategy so we can use the backtest feature, and I'll show you how that works. Ooh, it's a great idea. Ooh, good idea. Let me add that to the setting. Thank you, Claude. Yes, I'm so smart. This is kind of just like normal steps of creating a bot. I've created a bunch so far, so I just like coming up with new strategies, see what works best, and then try to automate my trading so I could step away from the screens instead of staring at the screens all day. If I have a good strategy that I like. Cool. So I added it. We can click this already while it talks and copy it, paste it, F5 to compile. If it compiles fine, it'll make a noise. Come back to the chart, which is here, F5. Cool. All right, that's fine. So right now what you're going to see is that we have a, yeah, enable historical traits. Okay, so let's just run through this for a couple days and see how it does, see if we find any more bugs. Press play. I guess it still knows of a valid FEG there for the next day. I think we told it to remember for 5 days. It doesn't know of any valid bullish FEGs, so that's all right. I mean, you could alternatively do like IFVGs. Okay, so that stop filled. Not too big of a loss there. Here's a valid one here. If it comes down, it'll short again. If it goes up, I mean, that's a good stop, right? Could have been more detrimental. Oh, look, here's a sweep that it could anticipate. Come on, sweep it. Sweep it, baby. Nope. It apparently filled the FVG. Oh, is that valid? Nope, that's not valid. Got a couple FVGs here. We could sweep inside. Oh, another one. Nope. Okay. Okay. I feel like that one's still valid. So that's weird. Oh, the candle body closed inside of it. Okay, so that's part of our stipulation. That's fine. I mean that would have been a great trade, but it didn't sweep it. Let me increase the speed here, just so we can go over more days. This is basically our debug test. We want to find errors before we do the back testing. Not getting a lot of trades. That's okay. This is on the 15-minute time frame. You might have more trades on the 2-minute maybe. Okay, here's a potential bullish FEG. If it can find a sweep, we got a bearish one above us. Oh, yep. It could potentially find a sweep. Yes, it found a sweep. Ooh, that was profitable. Gonna get into this one. Okay, I mean, I'm happy. I'm happy with that so far. Let me run you through how to do backtest. All right, so now we close our script editor. We can keep our chart to the side. Now we're going to show you how to do backtest. You're going to want to go back to your live connection, disconnect from playback, go back to whatever you got. Like I've got Apex as the live feed. Cool. All right, so now that Apex is connected, I'm going to go to New Strategy Analyzer. All right, we're going to do backtest. We're going to select our FVG tracker strategy, FVG size, EMA period, cool, stop losses. We're going to we're going to do the 15-minute chart. We're going to test, let's just test, let's test the December contract. Let's just go October to today. We'll include commissions. And we got to tell it what to trade, NQ, 15-minute chart, and run. So we'll see now if it's profitable. Okay, so basically it didn't take any trades because I didn't enable historic. I'm going to enable historic right here. Run. So it has to have historic enabled. Oh my God, $14,000. That is not bad. This is, wow, that is impressive for a first try strategy. Okay, I actually am quite impressed by that. So let's try the 5-minute time frame. So 15 minutes, $14,000. 5 minutes, $4,000. Not as good. Let's try a 30-minute. See if it's better. We don't know. Negative 10,000. All right. So 15-minute is the winner so far. Let's try. Let's show you the optimizer. Now, let me show you what this looks like. Okay. And analysis. All right. So day by day, it got to 21,000 as of November 12th, and then it kind of tapered off until throughout December. So not the greatest strategy. I've made better, but that's okay. Now let's try the EMA. Can we adjust the EMA and make it better? Let's say let's do the 9 EMA. Is that better? No, it's not better. So the 18 EMA. Let's do the 30 EMA. That is not better either. So 18 EMA is better. Let's try these minimum FVG size. Let's say 20. That it's about the same. So I guess 40 is good. Days to remember 5. That's fine. Okay, next. Now you want to try optimizer. Let's change it from backtest up here to optimization. We're going to test different FVG sizes, 10 to 120, and we'll increment by 10, and let's run it. So basically we're saying, okay, well, what's the best FVG size to do this trade? Okay, I don't have history enabled. We'll enable that, run it. Okay, so the best outcome is $14,000 for a 40 tick FVG size. Okay. And days to remember 5. Let's keep our 40 and let's change the days to remember. Let's say 2 to 10. Let's see if the FVGs can stay valid for longer. Yeah, they can. So this is the best, $21,000. And if you hover over the parameters, it will, well, actually, you can just click settings over here. And it's the, let's see, how many days to remember? Where is it? 2. All right, so it prefers to remember less days. So I like that. Okay, so the fresher the FEG, the better. Okay, EMAs. Let's test the EMAs. Let's see what's the best EMA. Let's go 5. No, let's do 4 to 44 and we'll increase by 4. Or let's increase by 2. Okay, run it. All right, cool. So $27,000 is the best outcome. And let's see the EMA that it used. Where is it? 12. Okay, so the 12 EMA was our best. And let's check the P&L graph. Not bad. Dude, that is not bad. This is a free bot that you can use, and that is not bad. Let's backtest more days, I guess. So these are our ideal strategy. Or so if you pause the chart or pause the video, you can grab these values. So this is the best value: 40 tick, 2 days to remember, 12 EMA period, 3 tick stop loss, 1 contract. I mean, if you go 2 contracts, you're now going to have a $50,000 win. But let's just go over the entire year because that's only 3 months. Let's just see. All right, so let's go the entire year. For the same EMA, we're testing the EMA for the entire year. This will take a little longer, okay? Because it has more data to iterate over. Let's see. Okay, so it was a small loser. It started the year at negative 12,000 and it ended the year getting up 78,000. That is not bad. But here's the thing. Optimizer only gives you guidance as to what settings to use. Now, what you want to do is take that into market replay with these settings and just kind of see how it goes. 75,000. So this is the best overall is, well, the best overall was 44 EMA. Okay. So basically a slower stop loss. Let's see what else we got. Let's go to the settings. Okay. So I mean, I like the 12 EMA. So what I'm going to do is let's just write this down here. We showed optimizer. So the best settings are remember FEGs for 2 days, 12 EMA, and 40 tick FEG size. So you can test other time periods on other assets. You could test ES and see what works best for that. But I'll just run a back test for September to December, and let's see how it goes. So I'm going to start that now. What I'll do is I'll disconnect and connect back to playback. Okay, get here. Let's change it to the December contract because that's where I have the most data. And we will go back to September all the way to the end of the December contract, which went till the 12th. We will show you the account. And let's add the strategy. So we want 12 EMA, 40, 2 days to remember. We will not enable historical trades. We just want real-time trades. And let's do, just for fun, we'll just do 1 contract. You can get fancy and do 2 contracts and get a lot of P&L, but let's just do 1 contract. And I will speed up this section so you can kind of see what it looks like at the end. Okay, I feel like you get the idea. I don't want to run through too much back testing. This only back tested about a week. We're at plus 900 bucks. Feel free to get this bot from the WAP link in the description, and happy trading. And please reach out if you have any questions on this bot or you have any trouble. Hit me up in the comments and let me know how it goes. All right, thanks.